Okay, here we have the Suzuki TS250. I bought this bike some time ago. I needed doing fully restoring, really, to be honest with you. Like I say, it didn't even start or nothing, and there was lots of things that needed changing. So there wasn't no wiring loom on it. Basically, I've I bought a couple of tyres for it. Bought another back wheel with the back sprocket because the other one was knackered. I've put some new forks on it because the original forks, the one of the eyes where the pin goes through, that broke. So I got some new forks on that. I've done a lot of work to it. Engine is absolutely sweet. It's got so much compression, it's unreal. It only needs the carb cleaning out and just a service, a couple of new plugs and stuff. The only other small thing I have to just point out, I will start it in a bit, is basically engine sweet. I've done all the clutch on it. When I got it, you couldn't select first, right? Now all it was is it's a piece of piss to do. The casing on the side, you drop the kickstart off and just drop the casing off, and then you've got like this spring mechanism with like a fork, and all it does is just select the gears. Someone had already been messing about with it because I had to change the shaft. And what they'd done is they hadn't got it in the right position, so all the gears select perfect in that. But the only thing I didn't do was they knackered the spring, so when you select first, right, the mechanism doesn't come back up, so you have to pull it back up, and then obviously, as you can see, look, there's quite a bit of play there. It selects, look, it's selected now, and then because that hasn't flicked back up there, now if you move the bot, you'll get all the rest of the gears. So basically, this needs total restoring. You know, I'm not going to be, you know, if you want it like immaculate, then you need to like strip it all down and do it. But basically, somebody who's going to restore something is obviously going to know the bikes like I do, so they'll know that exactly what I'm on about. That by changing the spring is dead easy to do. The reason why I didn't do, because I didn't want to have one at the time, but because I've decided to sell it because I've got too many projects on the go, which I have, I just don't have the time to do it. To start it, I've had to put the casing back on and put the oil in. So that's the reason why I haven't changed the spring. But I can tell you, all the gears select fine, right, once the spring's on, and you can still get all the gears now. You can move it and they'll go, but because it's not returning back, you know, obviously I'm having to play about with it. But the gear goes down one, and then you go back up for the next three. I think it is. I think it's a 5-speed. Engine's bang on. The back brake, that all needs sorting out, right? I don't know what's going on with that. I want to show with it myself. The reason why I changed the back wheel, because all this was totally knackered on the other one. I managed to get a back wheel because obviously all the parts you can get from the States, but you can get a lot over here as well. The seat, I've got the original brackets, well, the hinges, believe it or not, I managed to find some, but that all needs sorting out as well. All the wiring's been done. The only thing you've got to do now is, I have had the lights working and that, but you need a capacitor. The capacitor's on it, but it's gone, and it needs a battery put into the system. So if you're I'm not too good on the wiring sort. Mechanic side, yes. Wiring, you know, I'm not 100 like brilliant, but I've managed to sort all the loom out. Everything's all wired up. Indicators, the little horn, as you can see down here, look, all the indicators, all the switches work as well. I bought a new one of these for the high and low switch and that. Brake light all works and that. It's had new shocks on the back. Those were already fitted when I had it. And like I say, it's a good starter. There's nothing wrong with the engine whatsoever. As you know yourself, when you get these projects on eBay, there's a particular company that puts them on half the time. None of them are even starting. So, and people say, oh, needs a carb doing and stuff, but then you find out it might need reboring or something like that. But this definitely has had engine work, and it's brilliant compression. And like I say, there's nothing wrong with the engine whatsoever, or the box. Like I say, get the spring, that's done. Or what you could do is you could just basically do the basics on it, sort out the back brake, sort out the little spring, tie the seat down, and you could just use it over the fields. But like I say, it has got some power, it don't half go. I've done all the springs in the clutch, like I said, because it obviously, what was happening, the springs was shot, so when the clutch wasn't returning back properly, causing it to slip. So I put some heavy duty springs in, I put new oil in, As you can see, they've got brand new tyres on, front and back. I bought those and fitted those on. Now the logbook, I think it's a 1974 this is, right? So it's an old one, as you can see. There's the reg. It's a P plate. I will start it in a minute, so I'll have to put this camera down. I'm just doing this so I'm trying to go through. It's a 1975, as you can see there, look. Date registered in the UK, so it's not an import, it is a UK bike. They are fetching money. They are going up in price. I can't believe I went to the bike show the other day, Calvin Nash, and bikes that I've had as a kid. I can't believe they're fetching like 10 grand, you know, 20 grand. Like the KH triples, I had a couple of them when I was a kid, and them are worth mega money now. You know, the LC 250s and LC 350s, all that lot. And these are the same. These are like exactly the same. Once, give another couple of these will go up. This one, you know, like I say, being old, the 1974 one, these ones probably worth quite a bit of money anyway. You know, I don't know, I can't really price as it is now, but I would say restored, if you're doing it immaculate, it's got to be cracking on for something like 4,500 quid, you know, something like the XT 600s or XT 250s or 500s, you know. So there we go. So what I'm going to do is it's going to get quite a bit until I just give it a kick. Once I get it going, I'll give it a few revs and I'll let you just have a listen to it, and then we'll just take it from there. So just lift that seat off, put the choke on. Like I say, all this works as well, the kill switch and everything. Let's just see if I can just get the kickstart on it. There we go. I'll show you the other side as well. There's nothing dodgy like with the kickstart or anything like that. Just I can't get the bloody camera around, but I'll show you in a bit. Let's get it going. Oh look, it's in gear. So let's get up and down in gear. There we go. Right, let's try again. Might have to try and hold the choke down. Try again. Still got it in gear. Is that out of gear? No. Hold on a bit. Get in there, we'll get there in a minute. In the roll, I've got it in there. Let's go again. Choke on. Let's go for it again. Okay, let's hope we get it this time. No, it's any problems. Nearly. Just grab the throttle. It's over lovely. So nice. So there you go, like I say, it all starts good, like I say, just a few things you need to sort out on it, and that's about it, but it is here to sell. I may be interested in a road bike, because obviously I ride bikes all year round. Got the 2-stroke smoke coming out though, so I'll just stand out here a bit. So like I say, if you've got something to offer, put it forward, and eBay rules, and we might be able to do some sort of deal. I'll just give you a quick tour of the other side, like I said I would. As you can see, let's see if I can put it on the stand. Push it over here a bit. I've also got the airbox, which is there, but I was going to put a K&N on it, so I think it'd be better to put a K&N on. But just to show you that I've got it. Right, now the brake mechanism, this is what all needs sorting out down here. Don't know where that goes on, because that's how it came. Here's the capacitor. That's gone, right, because I had a friend check it out. All the fuse boxes here, look, as you can see, done all the fuses myself, all the lives in, lives out, so everything's fused. All that's done. Here's the casing. That casing, all you need to do is just drop the screws out, drop the all out, drop that off, and it's basically here. It's just like a mechanism. And there's a spring there, you need to change the spring, job done. There's your back brake. The front brake works good. That's okay, all that's been done. Just show you that side of the bike, as you can see. You know, as you can see that the last down, I did powder coat the frame. He had started to do it. All the frame numbers match as well. Indicators are all on. And that's about it. I think there's scratches and dents and everything. But like I say, if you want to restore it, it's here. It'll be worth money in time to come. And then there's nothing else I can tell you about it. But like I say, I've got the logbooks as well. It's all in my name. But if you've got anything that you want to swap, motorbike, you know, road bike, something like that, I don't know, put it forward and I can always consider it. Okay.